Hi, welcome and thank you so much for being here today. We're going to get you some clarity. We're going to start with the tea leaf, get a couple general messages. This is a timeless collective reading. See what feels like it fits, like it resonates. Always follow and trust the divine guidance. It's in you, to your higher self, to God, to source, to the universe. Because the answer is in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition, so your decisions are sound and based in love. For the highest, greatest good of everyone, so we're all uplifted in love. Well, let's begin. Let's see what God, source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. What is the most prominent thing that would be helpful to know for you right now? You got a rose and a goldfish. So, well, it's interesting because I brought these new cards and they're called Love and Money. So we have a nice balance going on. Things are going well in your career, but wealth has a different definition for everybody. So this could be abundance in your career, your finances. It could be abundance or wealth in health. It could be wealth in love, in quality relationships and experiences in your life. But just so you know, some of you have a little romance in the air. So, I mean, this is good. I kind of feel like they go hand in hand somehow. I feel like one of these areas starts to go a little extra golden, and it kind of merges that beautiful energy that I'm getting a lot of confidence in whatever you're doing into the other area. So maybe some of you have this romance in the air, maybe you were taking a lot of time with your finances. You finally stopped to smell the roses. You're spending some time with a certain person, and it's almost like I'm getting everything kind of balancing out pretty beautifully. Romance is in the air, increase in material wealth, and that's why this is well-rounded. It's not just material wealth, it's spiritual growth, which means if you are doing anything that does involve your career, you followed your joy. You're following the things that make you happy. The wealth wasn't the focus. It was the joy and the energy you put into something where that thing you do feels valuable. I'm getting that you feel accomplishment with something. And I feel like the rest just kind of falls into place. So, all right, well, I said I have this deck of cards. I got it in the mail today. So let's use it. It's called Love and Money. I love that it's kind of like comic booky, but I don't know these cards at all. So bear with me a little bit while I look at the picture first and kind of see what the messages are. So clarify, goldfish, and rose. I got my rose right here as well. What is the most prominent energy to know about? Oath. She's throwing her many bouquets behind her at a target. Unity and diversity. Maybe some of you are doing something kind of outside your normal spectrum when it comes to what you're pursuing as far as a project or a job, or maybe that's how others perceive it. They kind of think it's sort of unusual. That's why it's going to flourish. Maybe some of you even found like a beautiful niche. Also, this could be an unusual person for you that you are really having this, romance energy with. Maybe it's not your normal type, or you're not theirs, but yet you're perfect. It's embracing the differences to create a harmonious and balance. I did see that balance and harmony partnership, and it's divinely guided towards union. Even if this is just I'm getting kind of like, even just if it's a spiritual marriage, not necessarily on paper, I hear a commonality or a common thread between you and somebody else's vibrancy, your vibrations. Even if they're kind of like totally different, let's say your auras are totally different colors, I feel like you and somebody else's aura blend to create some new spiritual color that no one's ever saw before. So maybe you are doing something as a partnership. Let's see what it says reversed. We aim for the same target, but fear keeps us from fully committing. Our union needs clarity, not hesitation. So if hesitation was part of the past, or, you know, kind of steps on in as a little hurdle when this romance is blooming, or, you know, you see something increasing or getting more deep, don't stop, you know, keep going. Don't let those thorns on the rose get in your way. I am getting a little bit like that somebody needs to expand, because I feel like the goldfish maybe was stuck in a little tiny goldfish bowl, and then I see it almost like in a koi pond, like it needs a bigger space. What is that, like a big fish in a small pond? I feel like something needs to expand with your area, or maybe even expand with your experiences. If somebody else is kind of hesitating on moving forward with you, I do feel like I hear positive, but I feel like that's you being positive. I don't feel like it's a pushy energy. I actually feel like you have a lot of patience, but I feel like it says there's differences. So maybe you have, I'm getting kind of a real different approach to how you see the same situation. And that could go the other way too. But I feel like there's still a good balance. So maybe that stems from different experiences. If somebody's hesitating, they're just nervous. Maybe they're nervous to get too deep, especially if it's not just romantic, but it's spiritual as well. But if you have that kind of union, it is going to be prosperity brought into your life. This is also a 2, so it's very much a high priestess energy. Let's actually go to something different. This is the twin flame oracle. Let's get a little clarity on romance is in the air, increase in material wealth and spiritual growth, and unity in diversity. What would be the most helpful? There's an outcome, something. So if something kind of goes on hold a little bit, you're heading towards the, what does this say, the goal. Maybe you have to get on the same page to know that you are, I'm getting your core is common, even if your faith is different or your beliefs are different. This is somebody getting results. And I feel like those results come if you get on the same page, if you have good communication, if you see where the other person is coming from, even if that is at your job. Results, conclusion, ending, and you will get a resolution or a solution. You're going to overcome any obstacle. For some of you, maybe there had to be something that actually ended for there to be that growth and that new beginning. You know, with every ending, there is a new beginning. Let's ask what the overall energy here is. What is the overall energy on outcome, oath, goldfish, and rose? Guess what it is? It's balance. So it does say harmonious balance of differences, and you got an angel of balance coming through to verify that, to solidify that situation, to maybe bring you out of a dry spell, to nourish you in the hardest of times. This is balance. It's right what I saw before. It's a balance overall in all areas of your life. If you're, you know, too much focused on love land here, there's something that's going to bring you a lot of prosperity, or an idea you thought of. I just thought of a home business or something you could start at home, or just a project, or just something you love that can also bring you joy. I don't know why you're in solitude, but now I see you in a group. So I feel like you're making changes overall in your life here. It could even be changes in, I'm getting like small habits. I don't know, like this looks really cool. Maybe you're doing something that's kind of sporty. I mean, it kind of looks like she's in her like bride's dress, but I picture her like out there in the lawn, like practicing throwing her axes, like kind of like a badass. So there's something where maybe something isn't as its cover appears to be, or maybe something is being uncovered. I mean, part of this angel of balance energy is you doing some of the work. You know, it's not just going to all fall into place. You have to be a part of it getting into balance. So if anything feels imbalanced in your life, if there's too much focus on one area, or there's another area that drains you, how can you, you know, rearrange your energy or your schedule so you have more things that you enjoy doing in there. Also, you know, it's also doing the things you have to do. Your responsibilities are important. But I feel like with this, there's something you're planning, and there's also something that's kind of spontaneous. So I am getting like structure, but then be flexible. This whole reading feels like a conundrum, but I love it. So since we got a conundrum, I did bring my mystery deck. So let's get a couple of mystery messages and just see what comes out. Just like some bonus messages here to be helpful. I like to do them all together. So let's just get you a couple of bonus messages. I feel like I should shuffle a couple times though. So what is a mystery message, or two, or three? Let's see how it goes. That would be helpful for you right now. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, you got a double whammy. Double whammy for you, just so you know, if you thought that romance was not coming in for you, you got it twice. You got the little fire emoji here and a hot romance. You also got a little romance in the air. So I guess that's the rose you want to be smelling here. I do feel like that's coming in. Or some of you are very well aware that there is romance in the air. For some of you, if you are the one procrastinating and there's somebody that, you know, you kind of have the hots for and they're doing the flirting back, but you're not asking them out, just ask them out. I feel like you need to be kind of direct, you know, hit the flower on the target already. And I do feel like, I mean, look, rejection is part of life. If they reject, I kind of feel like somebody is playing it coy though. If they're kind of like, no, I'm busy or whatever, but you don't feel like they're outright rejecting you, maybe ask again. You know, don't be too persistent though. Be chill, you know, be confident. Because I feel like if that's not the right person, there is somebody that's going to give you the same Google eyes back. They absolutely are hoping you ask them out already. But maybe, for some of you, you could be waiting for somebody to make the first move, just to make sure, you know, they're on the same page as you. I feel like that part of this is you and somebody balance each other out really nicely. You might be really different from each other, but for some reason, you just kind of groove together. I do see two people doing the tango, and hey, it does take two to tango. So what's another one? Please and thank you. Let's get you at least one more. You got the starry night. You are dreaming, or somebody's dreaming, or somebody does need some alone time. This is very much like when you wish upon a star to me, but it's not normal. It's not just a normal star. It looks like everything is in movement. It looks like that painting is, you know, ever flowing and constantly changing and moving. So maybe it is changing your dreams. Maybe you and somebody else have dreams together and they keep unfolding, unraveling, you know, ever changing. I just thought of Everlong by the Foo Fighters. But there is somebody that's up there looking at the sky. It could be meditation or just needing a little time alone. But I'm getting that somebody's getting either an epiphany or a solution when they're on their own. Even an idea that inspires them. I feel like somebody they're like, wow, I gotta start that. And they literally like get off the roof and go into their house, sit on their couch or in their bed or at their desk and like start working on something. I'm also getting that somebody's making a phone call from a very quiet place. I never saw that before when I got this card. Maybe some of you are also painters. Let's get you another one. I'm going to shuffle these a little more. What is another message helpful for the collective? I can't believe you got that hot romance card again. I love it. Oh my goodness, what's going on with you guys? If this is the romance that's in the air, I'm really happy for you. Even if this is somebody you've known for what feels like years and years and years and years, or you have known them years and years and years and years. So for some of you, this is somebody that maybe is just your friend. And maybe that's a really good place to, you know, have as a springboard to become lovers. For some of you, I mean, maybe you just start with this hot chemistry right off the bat. There's, you know, an undeniability about how you feel about each other with that magnetic attraction, but maybe you didn't even know, even though this person was different, maybe it is more spiritual than you thought. And it gets deeper into this person being your bestie. I mean, that's a romance that lasts. That's a romance that keeps recreating itself. You have friends and lovers. That's really, really nice. All right, so you definitely have some synchronicity going on in this reading so far. So let me show you all these. Romance in the air, hot romance, friends and lovers. I do feel like many of you find this balance in solitude, or that you need some solitude to spend in romantic time with that person. I feel like somebody's waiting on a call, or maybe because it's balance, maybe somebody's, I hear busy, like legitimate, oh my gosh, I can't say that word, legit busy in their world, where they have to really make room for some romance or make room for this person. And I feel like they will. I feel like they want to. And if that's you, you need to schedule in, you know, some time for the thing that you don't normally have enough time for. I also feel like for some of you, this person is so different than you that they inspire you somehow in your career or what you're working on, or even if it's just a solid support or some amazeballs pillow talk that they do, where you can really take that idea, blend it with what you know or what you do or what your talent is or what you've already worked on, and really learn to hit the target. Because I feel like somebody may have tried to hit that target and all they needed to do was like switch their angle a little bit. So there is going to be a conclusion here. I just heard a Roxette song. I love you. Come on, joy the joy ride. Wow, don't ask me where that came from. The joyride. Hey, maybe you need to go on a trip with this person. Maybe this is just somebody that brings, you know, joy in your life, or you bring joy in theirs. I would say it goes both ways. So you got a lot going on here. What else do we want to go to? The tarot. No, let's get you a message from the universe. Let's do this a little bit different today. So please clarify the overall message going on with hot romance, rose, friends and lovers, outcome, oath. I like how they're both O's. Maybe somebody has a name that starts with O. I just heard, oh yeah. What's that? Another song. Donk, donk. Right? Is that the end of Ferris Bueller's Day Off? I don't even know if that's a real song. Oh yeah. Oh my God. That's such a weird thing to come through. All right, message from the universe. What's a message that would be helpful right here? And then I feel like maybe we need to go to the tarot. Message from the universe for you. Please and thank you. What is that? Let me get my glasses. Let's see what we got here for you. The universe wants you to know if something deep within you says that something is not quite right. Trust it. If you are unhappy in your life, change it or change something. It is entirely up to you. What did I say before with this balance thing, where you had to be a part of that balance being restored? Stop making excuses. You are in control of your own life. Maybe some of you felt like your life was out of control, or somebody was controlling around you, or circumstances were too hard. All as excuses. Take a step in a different direction. If something drains you, then why are you there? how, you know, it doesn't have to be a, you know, what is that, like cold turkey situation. Sometimes you have to take little baby steps in that process, you know, to ease your way out of something. But I definitely see there's something you want to go towards. So follow what makes you feel good, you know, not what makes you confused or drained or overwhelmed, even though, you know, life can be overwhelming and situations are complicated. I feel like you're given a big gift here to help you have more balance in your life. I just heard what God helps those that help themselves. So somebody's making excuses. What did this one thing say? We aim for the same target, but fear keeps us from fully committing. Our union needs clarity, not hesitation. You need to talk about it. Talk about the elephant in the room. Get to the root of a situation. Don't be scared of an answer. It's better to know the truth and know the answer than to not know. That empowers you to make a, you know, more clear decision. So if there's something, I mean, this says if there's something deep. So this is like something that keeps like sneaking up, or something that you really feel is off, then maybe you need, that's why somebody's here on the top of the roof. Maybe you do need a space to really think about what that is. And don't be overwhelmed by the change thing, you know? You can take big changes and do it in small increments. But what is that? It's the one tarot card I have in the Art of Life, and it says the first step to getting somewhere is decide that you're not going to stay where you were. So maybe somebody has to make a solid decision, but you have to trust the inner knowing that you know. So let's go to, actually I said the tarot, but I do have the angel numbers here, so let's get you an angel number and then go to the tarot. Angel number helpful for the collective right now. Rose is coughing because she keeps eating the grass out here. What is an angel number? Prominent. Oh, it's 222. And guess what it is? Oh my goodness gracious. Guess what it is? Balance times 2. So angels are coming through big time here to make sure that you get your life back in balance, or they're bringing you a special gift to help you do so. Or you are the gift helping somebody else bring balance in their life. And it's overall in life. Oh my goodness, you got balance again. Actually, technically, balance times 3. Maintain harmony and balance in your life and manifest your desires. That's the biggest message here. I feel like that should be almost like the end of the reading. Like it's telling you, you need to take action to make more balance in your life, because you're going to have a lot more prosperity if you're not overgiving or overdoing it in one area, because there's another area that's pretty amazeballs you might be forgetting about or not giving enough time to. Let's go to the tarot. Let's get, oh my God. That just fell out. So we're going to put it back in, but that is the Lovers. So maybe, I mean, that would make sense here. So maybe somebody is making a healthy decision in love, but the Lovers energy is also, I love how this Lovers has the crisscross of, you know, people who are really different. You have this angel here, but the angel has energy. The angel does not hold strings. The angel is just protecting and watching and hoping, you know, that these two are communing with their higher selves, but also choosing to be together or not, because free will is part of it. And I love how both of these are looking into their inner child. There's also heavy Scorpio and Leo energy in this card, but it is a Gemini card. Where was that one you had? Where was the one? Increase the fish. And you have an egg here. So I do feel like there's something that's about to be birthed or be new, or made new again. I'm gonna shuffle that in. If it needs to come out again, it will. But the beauty with that decision in love with the Lovers is that free will choice. If you have unconditional love for another person, if you're friends and you love them, you want them to be happy. You want them to have their free will to leave or to stay. You hope they stay, but let's just say things changed on down the road and you decided maybe you wanted to go your own way or go on a journey of self-discovery. If that person loves you unconditionally, they would give you that freedom. They'd also be really sad, you know, to have you leave them. But ideally, maybe you both go away on a journey of self-discovery together. So let's see. What is the most prominent energy here for the collective? Besides balance times 3 and love times 3. And you got a 222. Now I feel like there's maybe like a 333. What is this number? 48 to a 12, which is a pause, which is completely flipping something upside down and seeing something through a new perspective, letting something go to gain balance. Interesting, to gain balance, but that 12 breaks down to creativity. A third, that's what I saw with that egg. Something that's going to be like birthed or renewed or crack open, begun. All right, let's go to the tarot. What's going on? Let's get a tarot message for you guys. What would be the most helpful, please and thank you. I don't feel like we should, oh my goodness. I don't feel like we should clarify anything specifically. Let's just let whatever comes out, come out. First of all, you got the 2 of Cups. I like this card better. I have this blue light here just so you wonder why I have this interesting glow on my face. I was using it was actually daylight, and now that it's getting kind of dark out, it looks a little funny, but we're just gonna go with it. Oh, should I go get my baton? Yeah, let's get the fun lights. I'll show you these. I'll be right back. Interesting, because actually both of these resonate very well. I saw something about a journey of self-discovery. So maybe there was somebody who has been on, that could be you or somebody else, a journey of self-discovery. It does mean that somebody had to leave something behind that just kind of wasn't running right anymore, even if they did give it time, attention, and energy and love at one point. So somebody chose to shut the door, figure out who they really are, be in new experiences so that they can either go back to that situation being a different person or go into that new horizon where they keep rediscovering themselves. And last time this card came through, I actually looked up the actual meaning of indolence, and it means lazy. So, you know, if somebody is just lazy on getting something into balance, or lazy on not getting into hot romance over here, or booking a date for somebody, or planning something, then it looks like somebody needs to get off the couch and start to take some action. If this is upside down, it's somebody who sticks around in a place that is just unsatisfying. It's not satisfying, it's not building. They're still like reliving the dream that never becomes what they imagined. And now they're living in this reality that's just plateaued for evs. It's somebody that feels spiritually and emotionally unfulfilled. Even if that's a job. It's somebody like, oh, well, it's what I know. You know, it doesn't really get me far, but, you know, why leave? Why take the effort? Why take the step in something different? You got to start all over. Even if this is a new partnership for some of you, I don't know. Dating could be weird. You don't want to have to, like, go through your whole life story and have somebody really get to know you again. That seems like a lot of work. I'd rather just not do it at all. It looks like the angels, God, your higher selves here are coming through to say, no, kind of worth it. You might want to do it, because this now is not the Lovers. For me, this is better. Look at that fountain. It's like a lotus coming out of the muck. I don't know why on that, I don't have it anymore. On that Lovers card, I was focused on the fish. But now you have these 2 fish, and they do kind of look like koi fish. So now there's not just one, there's two. It's like their energy is entwining like DNA, or they're holding each other up to have this lotus of light. It doesn't even look like it's water, it's energy. And the way that lotus blossomed is probably both of you came out of a mucky, weird ass situation, or you've gotten through a really hard situation together. And it's like this is just ever flowing, plugged in. These are two people that are friends and lovers. This light is making me feel really weird. I'm gonna put it over there. I'm gonna go with just my glow baton here. So, can I put this down? Is that better? I kind of have an obsession with light. There's like a weird glow on this today. Oh, what is happening? I don't know if that's filming. Woo, it's kind of trippy. I have no idea what that is. That's never happened on a video before. Woo! Oh, it's like a fun video. Look at, we have like an extra, we have an extra dimension. We have an extra, you know, energy coming through in this reading today. Let's keep going. This is beautiful because this is where there's true love. This is where two people do choose to be together. They want to grow together. This is where, is that a song? Love is in the air. It's two people with an open heart. You know, two people that are on that journey together, because you're just at the two, but at least you took a sip of that cup from the ace. So you're at least taking steps towards something unfolding and blossoming. Maybe that lotus is still kind of under the water. You have to give it time to rise and blossom and bloom, chapter by chapter. If this is upside down, I would say it's unrequited love. But because it's the energy of love, I always feel like it's still unconditional love. So whoever is maybe walking away from someone else is not doing it with a, oh, I don't know why I heard heart in my, all these weird songs coming through. Is that Quarter Flash? I'm gonna harden my heart. I'm gonna swallow my tears. I'm gonna turn and leave you here. It goes high. It's not somebody that hardens their heart. It's somebody that leaves with love. They leave because they know if they're not in love with somebody, it is not fair to that person to stay where they're pretending to be in love and they're not. As hard as that is strong, and it's respectful, especially if there is still love, but they're not in love with someone, or if they've just changed and they want to discover more about themselves. So I feel like with that Two of Cups, it is where somebody does make possibly a decision. It is a two, you know, on who they really do want to be around. But sometimes you don't figure that out right away. Sometimes there is a long journey in between here. This is a partnership where you were in love. There was a divorce. There was a separation. There could have been years. It could be, you know, I don't know why I heard 15 years where, you know, you weren't in a relationship with it all. There was a long journey of self-discovery where somebody was figuring out who they were, maybe became very independent and good on their own. Maybe that's why if somebody new comes in, I don't know if that hot romance is worth throwing your whole life off of balance. Didn't work the last time. Trust your gut. What did that say? Trust what is deep within you. You have to give the benefit of the doubt that if there's somebody in, maybe this is somebody coming in because they match your energy for who you are now. And it looks like with all of this divine energy here, it looks like this is somebody who will evolve with you. So whether you are the one who left or you are leaving a situation and going on that self-discovery, I feel like this is either inspired it or coming along for the ride, or you find along the way. So I love that the Two of Cups came through. At the bottom you have another decision. Guess what that is? Change, balance, yin and yang, opposites attract. Now you have something that if you make it, you know, this way, it's the 8. It is abundance, but it's also that infinity sign. This is somebody who needs more balance in their life. I also always see the Two of Pentacles as somebody who needs to make some adjustments to have a little more fun, because it's always that gesture, like juggling the thing. They're like, oh yeah, I know I'm doing work, but my work is fun. Look at me. It's like you didn't recognize that maybe that gesture, maybe they were natural, but maybe they spent years practicing their juggling act. But you have to look at what you are juggling. Usually I see this as there has to be something that changes in your everyday schedule. It's pentacles. So it's your everyday world. People, places, things, and everything in the what you can touch land. What needs a change? What little tweaks do you need to make that make a huge difference? Let's keep that and get one more. I'm going to pull another one that's at the bottom, and we'll end with the final base foundational energy that would be the most helpful for you. What is the foundation? All we need is another 2, and then we have that. What is that? 2, 2, 2. Upside down, that 2 of Pentacles is somebody. I mean, you also have, I want to say, Jupiter here. So that's expansion. You're not going to expand much if you stay, you know, in that little arena. You have to like release that snake from its tail, open it up, let something go, and see how big it can grow. What is the final message? Helpful for the collective. What's the base, foundation, bridge, connection that would be the most helpful? Please, because that's it, and thank you. Take your time. I like that this came through. I like that this came through. I feel like this has come through. I don't know if you can see that. It's tripping me out, man. Is the Knight of Discs. So this is somebody, it's an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. This is somebody that wants to be in the experience and on that journey. This is somebody who's out there taking a little break right here, looking up at the sky. He doesn't have his face all covered up by that big ass helmet there. He's letting his horse eat some grass, take a little break-a-roo, but he does have his protection on here. I do feel like somebody does want to protect you, or that's how you feel about each other. But look at the energy of the sky. Can you see it? This is the knight that knows how to plow the field. This is the knight that might not be the fastest, but wins the race in the end. This is the one that has the end, where's your thing? The end goal in mind. Where's your target? This one has the end goal in mind, but doesn't get, doesn't get off balance along the way, unless this is somebody who's this way. Then guess what this person is this way? Oh, this is coming together full circle so well. Upside down, I see the Knight of Pentacles as quite lazy. He has all of the capacity to go out there and plow the fields, or build this abundance in his life, or work on a partnership for it to continue to grow through every experience. But he doesn't believe he can, or he's too imbalanced. Like, I don't know. I always see this, it's weird, but I always see this upside down as somebody who's just like every single day, like eating the chips, watching reruns, the same reruns they've seen every single day. They have all these good ideas in their head of things that they could create and have been, blessed as epiphanies by the divine, but they never do it. They never take a step to see. They're like, nah, that seems too hard. I'm going to sit here on the couch and watch the programming. It's like they're wasting their time. And now it is the other way around too. Because this is someone generally that's a hard worker, but this is somebody who, let's say they're just working all the time. It's the opposite end of the balance spectrum, and they're just constantly running around. They're doing their daily duty. They have to do this, and they have to do this, then they have to do this, and they're filling in every space they can with all of these things, but they're just dreaming about asking that one person out and having one night for a sassy date, or they're dreaming about that one project they wish they started. They think that it could be a home business or something they'd really like to do, but no, it won't make enough money, or no, what would their parents think, or what would they all say over there if they just went off the beaten path and did something totally different, become the black sheep. And it's like, so there's an imbalance because there's a disconnect from their inner world and their outer world. There's always a way. There's always a way. Even if you're very busy, there is a way to create the space. You have to have the desire and take the action to do it. Here, this person knows when to take action. He can get on that horse there and be like, yeah! And get that horse riding through the field. This is also somebody that does a lot behind the scenes that you don't always see. Because sometimes you only see the results. Where is this? The results. And you don't recognize if this person played an instrument or this person was going to school or whatever. You just see the result. You just see the plaque on the wall if they're a doctor. Or you just see them, you know, perform that concerto flawlessly if they play the violin. But you don't know how many hundreds of hours they are practicing in their bedroom or spending in school. So people don't give the Knight of Pentacles enough credit because they don't see all that goes on behind the scenes. And this could also be that somebody's working behind the scenes for you and you might not even know it. Maybe that's why you need to get on the same page. If this is two Knight of Pentacles that come together, those are two people that can work really hard and get, like, I don't know. I see, like, if this person feels like they had to plant the field themselves and they got somebody that can help them, you're going to get it done, I don't even see twice as fast. I feel like you're going to come up with some invention and, like, the field's going to plant itself. Like, I see, like, what are those things called? What are they called? Like a Zumba? No, that's Zumba? What are those little... I have no idea what it is. I'm not going to look it up. So if you know what it is, a Roomba, right? I saw somebody that had a Roomba lawnmower. Didn't even know that they existed. They have lawnmowers that just mow the lawns themselves. So, I mean, that kind of misses out on the fun. I like riding on my zero turn. So, I feel like there's some kind of invention. Maybe you and another person can come up with together. Maybe it's that you can figure out how to work a lot smarter, not necessarily harder, and the hard work you want to put in, you do because it feels good. It feels like an accomplishment and something you love. With this, I'm going to give you a little review here on all these cards, but I feel like that was our reading today. So look for this outcome. It's going to come. Also with that, where are you? Where are you with this? It is the journey along the way. But this is the one out of all the Knights that has the best outcome in the end. Because he's looking towards that long, you know, that long-term potential. He knows when to, if he's out of balance, stop and take a little nap, let his horse drink some water, take a day off, and then get back into the swing of things when it feels right. You have friends and lovers. A little hot romance here. The message to not be so lazy anymore. Or maybe somebody is inspired by you and suddenly they're not so lazy anymore. Or somebody inspired to go on a journey of self-discovery. Learn who they are. Balance. 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 Also change. A rose. Romance in the air. Roses hitting the target. Stop with the excuses. Remember what fulfills your heart. And if this too is not about another person for some of you, this is you making a decision to maybe have more things in your life that fulfill your soul, that make your heart glow. This reading had the weirdest lighting yet. But hey, we like to go with it here. I love you so much. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being part of my soul family. I love you so much. And thank you for giving this a thumbs up. Thank you. And I'm going to take Rose inside because it's definitely getting dark out here. And I got to put all this mess away. I love you and I'll see you soon. Bye. Down. Ooh. Bye.